Okay, where is my opening? All right, this is a code enforcement hearing for the city of North Miami. Today is February 6th, 2019, and I am Beatrice Kezel, Special Magistrate for the city. The purpose of this hearing is to determine if a code violation exists at your property, as observed and cited by a code enforcement officer of the city. If the city is not able to prove its case, then I will dismiss the case and you may leave. These proceedings are being recorded, therefore all persons who are speaking should do so one at a time to ensure that all testimony is clearly audible on the recording device. If English is not your primary language, then please inform me when I call your case. We have a translator. Where are my translators? Oh, okay. Creole and Spanish. Got it. Who will assist you during the proceedings. When your case is called, the property owner, agent for the property owner, and any witnesses that you may have should come forward to the left side of the podium, to the podium on the left side of the room. When asked, please speak directly into the microphone and say aloud your name, your business or mailing address, and your relationship to the property. If you are not the property owner or an attorney representing the property owner, then you must present a notarized power of attorney affidavit in order for your testimony to be taken on behalf of the property owner. For new cases, you will be asked for the record if you are aware of and understand the violation that is being heard today. And do you understand what is required to resolve the violation? Please answer accordingly. The city will present its case first, and then the property owner and or violator will be given an opportunity to testify on their own behalf, to bring forward witnesses to testify, to present evidence and photographs, and to cross-examine the city's witnesses. Following the case presentation, I will issue a finding of fact on the case. If I find that a violation of city codes exists or existed at your property, then depending on the case type, I will set an abatement date for the violation to be resolved. Or, for repeat violations, I will impose a daily fine amount. For new, non-repeat cases, my order will include an abatement date by which you must resolve the violation, and a daily fine amount that I may impose at a future hearing date should the violation not be resolved by the abatement date. If I find sufficient cause to postpone enforcement action at this time, I will table this case proceeding to another hearing date in the future. If you do not agree with my finding of fact and or ruling, then the property owner may appeal the administrative order to the circuit court. An appeal must be filed within 30 days of the date of the execution of the administrative order to be appealed. In accordance with Florida statutes, if a person decides to appeal any decision made by the special magistrate with respect to any matter considered at these proceedings, then the person will need a verbatim record of the proceeding. This record includes the testimony and evidence upon which the appeal is to be based. The cost of obtaining the verbatim record shall be the sole responsibility of the appellant, and it is recommended that persons who plan to appeal their case should bring their own court reporter to this proceeding. Pursuant to city codes, if the city of North Miami prevails in prosecuting a case before the special magistrate, the city shall be entitled to all costs incurred in prosecuting the case. The current cost assessment amount is $100 per case. Once the city records an order that imposes a fine and authorizes a lien against the property, then the city will charge additional administrative fees to record and release the lien. Are you going to administer the oath? Will you administer the oath? Do you have hot top? Can you pull up the oath for her? So she, the oath? The oath? Cause she needs to swear everyone in. See if it works. I got it. I got it. I don't have the one for the interpreters, but I have this one. And now he shows up. I was just at the part where I was going to ask Pilar to administer the oath, and then here you are. You go. If you are present and will be given testimony on a case, please stand and raise your right hand so the officer can administer the oath.
If you're going to be speaking on any case, please stand up and raise your right hand because you have to take an oath before you can speak here. And do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in these proceedings will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Just say aloud, I do. I do. Everyone please stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. Under you, Creole translators.
Right here.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the translations which you are about to give in these proceedings will be accurate and correct to the best of your knowledge, skills, and ability?
I do.
Thank you.
Please announce for the record if there are any additions, corrections, and/or deletions to the hearing agenda.
Item number 1, CEGMP 2018-00170 is complied. Item number 3, CEEXP 2018-00182 is complied. Item number 8, CEPPK 2018-00017 is complied. Item number 9, MHVIO 2018-01284 is off calendar. Item number 12, CEIVY 2018-00431 is complied. Item 13, MHVIO 2018-01285 is complied. Item 14, CENUS 2018-00616 is complied. Item 16, CEPFY 2018-00562 is complied. Item 20, CEEXP 2018-00234 is complied. Item 23, CEEXP 2018-00249 is off calendar. Item 25, CEWWC 2018-00106 is complied. Item 26, CEPFY 2018-00701 is complied. Item 27, CEEXP 2018-00237 is complied. Item 28, CEZPU 2018-00061 is complied. Item 35, CEPFY 2018-00600 is complied. Item 36, CETRE 2018-00005 is complied. Item 37, CESSP 2018-00166 is complied. Item 38, CEBLR 2018-00064 is complied. Item 39, CEBLR 2018-00061 is complied. Item 41, CEFAW 2018-00297 is off calendar. Item 42, CEEXP 2018-00242 is complied. Item 43, CEFAW 2018-00342 is complied. Item 44, CEFAW 2018-00323 is complied. Item 47, CESOD 2018-00031 is complied. Item 52, CETMK 2018-00032 is complied. Item 53, CEFAW 2018-00338 is complied. Item 56, CEGMP 2018-00158 is complied. Item 58, CEGMP 2018-00390 is complied. Item 62, CEGMP 2018-00405 is complied. Item 65, CESOD 2018-00025 is complied. Item 69, CEEXP 2018-00217 is complied. Item 71, CEIVY 2018-00294 is complied. Item 74, CEODS 2018-00183 is complied, and those are the amendments to the agenda.
Great. You may call your first case.
The first case is item 15, Cynthia Lucian. Jose Perez is the officer. The case number is CESSP 2018-00225, item 15.
Good evening, sir. Please state your full name for the record and relationship to the property.
My name's Edward J. Wakesness. I'm a co-owner of the property with my wife Cynthia. I'm fighting. Edward J. Wakesness, co-owner of the property along with my wife Cynthia.
Okay.
Okay, so the property owner is actually requesting more time in reference to the windows. He's getting windows replaced on the property, and they're special order windows, so they require an extended amount of time, more than I'm allowed to give. So we're in front of you so that you could give him some more time.
What I did do, because it's going to be a while because of the size and shape of the windows, so I went ahead and removed the wood that was up covering those windows. I've got video of it here. I got all but one piece down. I just need a taller ladder to get to that upper window. But if I could show him the
Sure.
video.
We're okay with dismissing it.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Dismissed.
Thank you very much.
Good luck to you, sir.
Next case is item number 66, 67, and 68, Vincent Opentree. Jose Perez is the officer on all three cases. Case item 66 is CENUS 2018-02399. Item 67 is CEPFY 2018-00709. And item 68 is CEZPU 2018-00063.
Good evening. Please state your full name and relationship to the property.
George Gonzalez, and I'm a friend of the property owner, I guess. And I'm
Okay.
here to ask for an extension of time to reset the hearing because he had to leave the state yesterday. And he notified me to see if we can reschedule the hearing. I spoke to Officer Reyes yesterday, and he told me it was up to you, Your Honor, to decide either to grant me that the next hearing.
I posted the property, and I also, well, the clerk also sent it out certified mail, and they chose to reach out to me the last minute yesterday to try to get a continuance on the trial. He's not authorized to
I
speak
know.
on their behalf,
I know.
so we would like to go ahead and continue with the case.
All right, sir. The city wants to proceed. I haven't heard everything, but I'm assuming proper notice.
The property owner is preparing.
We had, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, ma'am. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm just
He
saying that I know that she's not here, but apparently she did have proper
But it was-
notice for today's hearing.
They call him to go to work in another state. He'll be back in a couple of days. That's all I'm asking for.
Yeah, the only thing is, we have these hearings every month. So if I were to postpone it, it would be until next month. So let me hear from him what the violations are,
Okay.
and then I'll make my ruling accordingly.
Okay. Which one we going first?
Item 66, CENUS 2018-02399 for the vehicles in the swale.
Okay. Code Enforcement Officer Perez with the City of North Miami Code Enforcement Division. Today we're hearing the case in reference to the property at 12145 Northwest 2nd Avenue in reference to multiple vehicles parked on the swale. City ordinance states you can only have 2 vehicles parked on the swale perpendicular to the flow of the traffic at all times. Previously, I have given the tenant several warnings, verbal and other violations that I have issued out courtesy notices, and each time they've been disregarded. I have multiple photographs of the vehicles parked however they like. I even passed by today, and nothing has been done to address it. So as of today, they still aren't not in compliance with this. And I'll go ahead and pass the photos.
I can imagine. I mean, I have no idea what the property is. I'm not in a position where to admit or deny it. All I want to get some more time so the guy, the violator, will defend himself.
That was today.
All right. I'm sorry. What is your name, sir?
George.
George.
Gonzalez.
Okay. Here's the situation. You are here as a friend.
Yes, just asking for it.
I understand.
Okay.
And so you're here to ask the court for a continuance on
Yes, ma'am.
behalf of the property owner. The city has requested that we proceed with the hearing
Okay.
because there were proper notice, and only at the last minute, the property owner basically says, well, I have to go out of town, and it could very well be true. But I have to decide whether or not I'm going to continue this case or go forward.
I understand.
Obviously, whatever my ruling, I will give the property owner several weeks or 3 weeks, possibly, correct, to resolve the
Okay.
violation. Is this a rental property, or does
I
she
have
live
no
there?
idea. He
Okay,
just
so
asked
you,
me. He
you
just
don't
told me
know
yesterday.
much about the
I don't know much.
situation,
I think-
and I can't really consider your testimony either way because
That's
you're
not-
not
Right.
you're not a
Yeah.
legal representation.
It is in fact a
legal
rental property.
It is a rental
It is.
property.
It is, and I've spoken to the tenants.
Okay, so and you're saying this is an ongoing problem.
Correct. So we would
Okay.
like to possibly get an adjudication for this.
All right, so because this is a repeat violation, this is an ongoing issue.
Okay.
I am going to rule that I find that the violation does exist.
Okay.
I rule that in favor of the city. I am giving them until February 27th
Okay.
to resolve it. Do you understand well,
Right, I understand what you're saying.
I was going to say, do you understand what the violation is?
No, I don't, ma'am. I'm not
Okay.
related. I don't live in
So-
the city, so I have no idea.
Okay, so she will receive the paperwork in the mail
Okay.
telling her my ruling,
Okay.
that she has until the February 27th to resolve the violation.
Okay.
If it's not resolved by by the abatement date, meaning
Right.
that if this is not fixed
Right,
by the 27th of
Yes,
this
ma'am.
year, then when she comes before me on March 6th,
right,
at which point I will assess the situation. But right now, I'm thinking of a daily fine amount of
Okay.
$300.
I see.
Okay, so I want to see that if this is a rental property, she needs to talk to her tenants. Something has to give because this has been an ongoing issue.
Okay, I'll make sure I pass on the information, but like I said, I'm not in a position where I can admit, deny it. I have no knowledge of
I
it.
guess I'm looking at you and I'm telling you because you're here,
Yes,
but
ma'am.
she's gonna get that information as
Okay.
well in the mail, telling her what she needs to do.
Okay,
Okay, and she will also receive notice for the March 6th hearing.
okay, ma'am.
Okay,
All right.
all right. Well, thanks for coming.
Thank you. I mean, I tried my best.
Okay.
There's two more
Oh,
cases.
there are
I
two
guess
more
they're
ca-
more or
that's
less the
correct.
Same thing.
So the next case is CEPFY 2018-00709 for all the vehicles parked on the front lawn, item 67.
And again, this is basically the same thing. They have multiple vehicles that they've been parking on the front lawn. Multiple warnings have been given. Proper notice was also given as well. They refused to comply. I have photographs as well.
Parking on the grass, huh? Yeah. In your own yard. I mean, I don't live here, so I don't know.
And you can see by the date stamps that it has been ongoing for quite some time now.
Oh, since July. Okay. And you issued a warning in July?
Yeah.
And
I've
again
given-
in October?
Yes.
And again in November?
Yeah.
And we're in February. What's going on?
At this point, they kind of keep on doing it. They'll move the car and they'll put it back. They kind of have their small dealership going on from the property, which is the next case where zone prohibited. So they constantly have different cars that are circulating.
Interesting, because I was going to inquire as to the size of this property with so many vehicles. I was going to ask how many people are renting this property, but okay. Based on the unrebutted testimony of the code enforcement officer and the evidence presented, I find that the violation does exist. I find in favor of the city. Enter an adjudication. Property owner has until February 27th by which to resolve the violation. Should the violation not be resolved by the abatement date, there will be a daily fine amount of $350.
And the last case on the property is CEZPU 2018-00063, item 68.
And with this case, this is for them operating as a small dealership or repair mechanic shop from the property. They buy vehicles from the auction. They'll repair it at home, leave them there with the for sale signs until they get sold. I have several photographs as well with vehicles showing repairs as well as the for sale signs and vehicles with no tags. And with the same exception of the other violations, several warnings have been given in reference to this.
Again, based on the unrebutted testimony of the code enforcement officer and the evidence presented, I find that the violation does exist. I also find give good notice, given proper notice, the owner has failed to appear. Hereby find in favor of the city, enter an adjudication. Owner has until February 27th by which to resolve the violation. Should the violation not be resolved by the abatement date, there will be a daily fine amount of $500.
Okay, Joanne. I'll pass the information along.
All right, thank you,
I
sir.
walked into a sinking ship, didn't I? I didn't know what was going on. What I'm asking is for reschedule so the guy can defend himself, but I mean, I was faced here with,
You were being a good friend.
yeah, I just asked for a favor, I mean, but I see that they were ready on the other side, huh?
Yes.
All right, Your Honor, thank you very much.
Thank you,
for
sir.
your time, and I'm sorry for the inconvenience.
All right, sir. Thank
Okay.
you. Bye.
The next item on the agenda is item number 7, Bienami Prosper. Ernst Baptiste is the officer, and the case is CEWWC 2018-00065, item number 7.
Good evening. Please state your full name in relationship to the property.
My name is Richard Prosper, and this is my dad, is the owner.
All right.
Ernst Baptiste, City of Miami, Code Enforcement Officer. Case that was open for the roof that has a blue top and that it needs to be repaired.
Hold on, I'm sorry. Does dad speaks English? Does he understand? Vous voulez interprète?
Yeah, the roof
Okay.
fixed.
All right. I'm sorry?
Yeah, the blue top is removed.
It's removed?
Yes.
I posted the property on the 10th of January, and by then it wasn't fixed.
January 10th?
Yes.
Well, this is February 6th.
Yeah, I mean, now we have to post early and take pictures. So I will
And I have some
revisit.
pictures over here with,
I will revisit and make sure that everything is done. It's fine. So we'll,
Reset it?
yeah,
30 days?
yeah.
All right, the officer is going to investigate or revisit the property to see whether or not the tarp has been removed. And he'll make the decision whether or not you guys are in compliance, and then he can take it off calendar, close out the file, and, okay?
understand.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Okay.
God bless.
The next item is item number 2, Anna D. La Rosa. Ernst Baptiste is the officer, and the case number is CEWWC 2018-00025, item number 2 on the agenda.
Good evening. Please state your full name and relationship to the property.
Mi nombre es Ana La Rosa y soy dueña de la propiedad.
My name is Ana Alcosa. I'm the owner of the property.
Thank you.
Ernst Baptiste, City of Miami, Code Enforcement Officer. Case that was open for, again, for the roof that has a blue top on it, need to be repaired. Property was posted on February the 28th, 2018. No, on January 28th, 2018. And took picture that day. The blue top still on the roof.
Y todavía está esa lona azul en el techo. ¿Esa es su casa? Yes.
Okay. Barely. Just pieces of the tarp. It's falling apart.
Son
What's going on, ma'am?
pedazos que se están cayendo a pedazos. ¿Qué está pasando? Dice la juez.
Tengo ya el permiso para empezar a repararlo.
I have already the permit to start the repairing.
Okay. How long have you had the tarp?
¿Por cuánto tiempo ha tenido la lona puesta?
Desde que pasó el huracán en el 2017.
After Hurricane 2017.
Okay. All right, so you're in the process of making repairs?
Entonces ya está en el proceso de
Or
hacer la reparación.
what did she say? She filed for the permit?
Yes, she.
Oh, okay.
She obtained permit.
Okay.
She said,
All right. She filed or she obtained permit?
Usted tiene permiso ya, ¿verdad?
Tengo todo el permiso.
I have everything. I have the permit.
Oh, wonderful. Okay. All right, so this matter was previously adjudicated, in December.
yep.
So let me give her, I'll give her 60 days.
Bueno, la jueza
Let's reset it
está
60 days.
proponiendo tal
I
vez
don't know
Okay.
how long
60
she's,
días.
huh?
Yeah, she has
Yeah.
the permit.
She has her permit. So let's reset it 60 days.
Bueno, vamos a reprogramar para 60 días de hoy día.
Y en 60 días que quiere ella ver.
So what would you like to see on 60 days?
Progress, hopefully that a fully repaired roof.
Espero que en 60 días ya esté el techo completamente reparado. Eso es.
Yo dependo de donaciones. Soy una mujer viuda y sola. Y soy discapacitada.
Well, I depend on donations. I am alone, I'm widow, and I'm disabled.
You said you're waiting on donations to repair your roof?
Las personas de la iglesia
She
me han
didn't have
prometido-
insurance?
Sí,
People from the church have promised me
el seguro no me paga la casa.
the insurance will not pay for that.
Your roof was damaged as a result of the hurricane,
El huracán dañó su techo.
Sí.
Yes.
and you filed a claim with the insurance company?
¿Presentó un reclamo a la compañía de seguros?
Sí.
Yes.
And they're not paying to repair the roof?
¿Y no van a pagar por el arreglo del
No.
techo? No.
Tiene un seguro forzoso puesto por Wells Fargo y se niegan a pagarlo.
Well, there was a forced insurance placed by Wells Fargo, but they are denying. They don't want to pay it.
Oh, my.
Pago
Okay.
$4,700 al año por el seguro.
I am paying $4,400 per year for insurance.
Wow. All right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that.
Lo siento por eso.
Okay. So, I will reset it 60 days.
Bueno,
And
voy a reprogramar esto para 60
within
días.
60 days, we can come back and revisit and see where we are.
Y en 60
okay.
días nos vemos aquí para ver en qué situación estamos. ¿Está
Well,
bien?
that takes us to April 3rd?
Fine.
April 3rd, right? Okay, April 3rd, ma'am.
Abril 3.
All right. Best of luck to you.
Buena suerte.
Gracias.
Thank you.
I tell you.
The next item on the agenda is item number 54, Oscar Rivers and wife Ilma. Jose Perez is the officer. The case number CEODS 2018-00232, item 54.
Hello.
Good evening, sir. Please state your full name in relationship to the property.
Yes, ma'am. I'm his son. Because the owners are my dad.
Oh, your dad is the owner?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I live over there with him.
You live there?
Yeah.
Okay. You don't need an interpreter, do you?
No.
Okay. Go ahead.
City of North Miami Code Enforcement Officer Perez. Today we're hearing the case in reference to the property at 500 Northwest 130th Street. This is in reference to outdoor storage. Throughout the property there is excessive amounts of outdoor storage. I have photographic evidence of this. The property was originally cited back in November 8th, 2018.
Do you understand the violation?
I mean, got a violation before, but another items I will have over there. I complied with the code enforcement. I removed everything that she told me. I came in the errands over here next door. They told me I had to get a permit for having my boat in the property. I did that. and went and got so bait and did that, and I complied with all that. So I mean, guys, give me the violation to come over here today. So I mean,
Say the last part again.
I said, you guys give me the date for the code today. So what is more you need?
Show him the photographs. I know you said some part about, this is probably what, the third? Because you listed two more. You said a boat. Did you say a boat?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's different from this one. This one is,
This chicken coop looking thing can't be there. The awning that's hanging there can't be there either. And the miscellaneous glass and stones here on the side can't be there. That's all hazardous.
So I'll remove it.
you understand?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's considered storage, basically.
Yes, ma'am.
You have to remove them,
Okay.
okay? So I'm giving you until February 27th.
Okay.
The officer is going to come by the house to make sure that it's removed, make sure that you are in compliance. And if you are, then you don't have to come back on March 6th. But if you're not in compliance, that's your next hearing date, March 6th.
That's the 27th, this month.
Huh?
The 27th this month.
You have until, yes,
Okay.
the 27th of this month to
Okay.
clean out the place.
Okay.
Okay, remove all the items that he shows you, and if you think there's some other items that don't belong there, remove them.
Okay.
Because when he comes, he's gonna look, and you know, if you are in compliance, great. If you're not, then you're gonna have to make another trip down here and tell me why you're not in compliance.
Okay.
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 So, find in favor of the city, enter an adjudication. Property owner has until February 27th by which to resolve the violation. Should the violation not be resolved by the abatement date, there will be a daily fine amount of $250.
Okay.
Good luck to you, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Next item is item 45, Marie Ines Ambroise. Karen Jean Lewis is the officer. The case number CEEXP 2018-00205. Item number 45.
Is anyone present? Marie Inez Amboise? Please state your full name and relationship to the property.
Honor.
Do you need a translator? You need an interpreter? No. Okay. Creole?
Yes, Creole.
Huh?
We're fine.
You're sure?
Yes.
Marie, are you fine?
No, I want to.
Okay. Okay. So she'll help Marie, and you feel free to chime in. All right. Yeah.
No problem.
Okay. All right.
Good evening, Co-Compliance Officer Karen Jean Lewis. This property was cited to repair the damaged fascia boards and to pressure clean and paint the remaining fascia boards of the property. The original notice was posted on August 13, 2018. Notice to appear was posted on November 15, 2018, and they were found guilty because no one appeared on December 5th, 2018, and as of the last reinspection, the fascia boards still haven't been repaired.
First of all, we never saw the other notices. This is the only one that we found.
And l'homme joint ça, quand elle a actuellement ligue par à 75%.
By the time I received that, the house had already been repaired at 60%.
No, 75%.
75%. I've already painted the house.
Yes, and give me like 5 or 6 days, the house will be
If you give me another 5 or 6 days, I will have the house repaired.
All right, show me the photographs and show them to the property owners so that they see and understand.
Yap montrou photo, hein?
Mwen repare deja, oui. Devan, mwen pa gen foto, men swa li konya apwe repare.
This part of the house needs to be repaired. Yes, I have repaired it. If you go and look, you'll see that it is repaired.
So, sir, he's saying that the fascia board
Yes.
it's been repaired?
It's been repaired, yes. It's been completely, yes. The front of the house already finished.
Oh.
I do the
Is this
first
from
side,
August?
I do.
Huh?
This is from August.
Your Magistrate, the most recent picture that I have for the property, I don't have it on my computer because my computer was wiped by IT. So that's the last picture that I had in the file. I don't have any more up-to-date pictures for that specific property.
Okay, when
But
was the last time?
the last time that I was there was when I posted the notice on in January. January 27th was the last time I went to the property, and there was not much change.
This is the paper that I had
The last
received.
paper I received.
And that was posted to the property. It's mail certified and posted.
Right.
Well, that's the last one I received, yes.
Okay,
Last
I'm-
one is- the last one I received.
Okay.
But the
What
front
I'm-
of the house has been repaired completely.
It has? When?
I repaired the front out of the house.
Mhm.
I repaired the west side, the east side. I did nothing on the east side yet, and the back side was something also. But by this week, I'll be finishing the house completely.
Okay, well, let me reset it. Excuse me. It was already adjudicated, so let's reset. And that will give you an opportunity to go by the property, you know, see it, review, and see, you know, if they're making progress on the repairs. And we can determine whether or not to bring the case back or allow him to finish. I'll give him 60 days. All right, so that gives you an opportunity to finish the work, okay? Good luck to you, sir.
All right.
The next item is item number 64, Steve Boxell. Jose Perez is the officer, and the case number is CERCV 2018-00237, item 64.
Good evening. Please state your full name and relationship to the property.
Good evening. My name's Steve Boxell, and I'm the co-owner with my wife.
Okay.
Tanika White.
City and North Miami Code Enforcement Officer Perez. Today we're hearing the case in reference to the property located at 12795 Northeast 2nd Avenue. This is in reference to a recreational vehicle. They have a RV that is often parked in front of the property. Previous violations have been open. The vehicle was moved, then it comes back up. I made contact with the property owner recently, stating that they just park it there to load the vehicle. I made aware to them that they're not allowed to do that at all in the city. The ordinance doesn't allow it. They have agreed not to do so, but the city does wish to find the adjudication. We do wish for an adjudication on this case and to dismiss it. So adjudicate and dismiss if possible, please. To be found guilty, in other words.
I know what adjudication is.
In layman
I know what
terms.
an adjudication.
Sorry. I have photographs elaborating going back from August 22nd, November 14th, and November 27th.
Very nice RV, by the way.
Thank you.
Very nice. Have you guys been able to move it and find a new home for it?
Yeah, actually,
We have storage for it, so it's really only there when we're loading in and loading out and cleaning it. And we've applied for a variance.
Okay, great. All right. Otherwise, it's really nice. Okay, so the city will dismiss it, but they also want us to enter an adjudication because it's repeat violation. So I will enter an adjudication, but you know, at least you guys are going through the process of
we handed in the
applying
variance
for a
yesterday.
variance, and that you already have a home for it. So good luck with you. Good luck to you. But for now, it's dismissed.
Thank you.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
The next item is item number 4, Andre Knowles. Ernst Baptiste is the officer, and the case number is CERCV 2018-00149, item number 4.
Good evening, sir. Please state your full name and relationship to the property.
Andre Knowles, property owner.
Thank you.
Ernst Baptiste, City of Miami Code Enforcement Officer. This is the case that was open for property located at 1600 Northwest 122nd. It was opened back in July 2018. The last time we heard the case, he was found guilty. And on January the 28th, I posted the property and then took picture. The RV is still in place.
When was this taken? So, hold on. We're here for the house? Okay. On the RV, I applied for variance. I have to put up a security
Gate?
fencing, right? And when I get it, they tell me I give them a call and they'll come down and take a look at it.
Okay. 60 days?
That'll work.
All right. Reset. 60 days. Thank you.
All right.
The next item is item number 6, Best Deal Investments. Karen Jean Lewis is the officer, and the case number CEEXP 2018-00185, item number 6.
Good evening, ma'am. Please state your full name and relationship to the property.
Good evening. My name is Araceli Gomez. I am the realtor of the Best Deal Investments. They are out of the country, so I told them that I would come here in behalf of to hear what's going on with what we have to do in good faith, because they'll be back next month.
Good evening, Karen Jean Lewis, City of North Miami Co-Compliance Officer. This property was cited for exterior paint. I spoke to the property owner several months back because the property had several violations that you adjudicated on for the fascia boards. There was overgrown grass. They managed to cut the grass. They repaired the fascia boards, but they still never pressure cleaned or painted. And the gentleman who owns the car repair shop across the street is the one that's always relaying messages from me to the property owner. Last I spoke to him, he said they would have painted, and nothing has happened since.
Okay, excuse me. Before he left back to where they are, he did paint. They did paint because they did the facial boards and they did paint. Now, I went by the house like a week ago sometime, and I don't know, I saw some spots, which he said to me, I said, listen, I don't know what happened, but there's some spots. But I know you did paint because they weren't there. So what she's saying all is true about the face boards, because he did all those repairs, and we do keep the landscaping how it's supposed to be. So I would like to have an opportunity for him is willing to do whatever he has to do to complete this, to make it look good. He'll be back on March 10th.
Okay. You can speak on the record.
Shayla Vasquez on behalf of the City Attorney's Office. Can we inquire if she has power of attorney, or you have power of attorney for?
I could get it.
But today, do you?
For today, no, they just told me as their realtor to come and help them out.
I've taken testimony from realtors in the past, and I'll rule accordingly. No, the city has an objection because you don't have a power of attorney to be able to speak on behalf of the property owners. When were you last there?
Hold on one second. The last time I was at the property was January 27th.
All right. And you're thinking that the painting was done
It was sometime
after that?
After that time, it was done, something like that.
All right. So this this case has been adjudicated, and let's reset it 30 days. That will give you an opportunity to go back and see whether or not they're in compliance. Miss Karen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So 30 days. And you said the owners will be back
By March 10th.
by March 10th?
But if I have to tell them to please change their date, because 30 day happens to be March 6th, so I will do that to help.
All right, 60 days.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Good evening.
The next two items are items 72 and 73, Ivan Hilaire. Jose Perez is the officer. The first case is CEGMP 2018-00387, item 72.
Good evening. Please state your full name in relationship to the property.
Good evening. My name is Ivo Hilaire, and this is my husband, Ivan Hilaire. We own the property.
All right.
Code Enforcement Officer Perez with the City of North Miami Code Enforcement. We're hearing the case in reference to the property at 12155 Northwest 5th Avenue. This is in reference to the general maintenance of the property. The property needs to be pressure washed and cleaned to include the sides, front, and wherever the paint is not in good standing. I have a photograph of the property itself.
No. Yes, I'm waiting for funds to repair the whole thing because the property has sustained a lot of damages during Hurricane Irma, and the insurance company denied the claim. So right now I'm working with the city. They referred me to Rebuild Florida. That is going to help me for the repairs. The repairs in total will cost $57,000 that I don't have. So for me to paint the house, I have to do the roof, the siding, the facing, everything, windows, everything have to be replaced. So actually today I spoke with one of the, of the people in Rebuild Florida. They sent me an email telling me that they sent me a text telling me they will come here this week to speak with the police department. I think somebody who works there who is taking care of properties, and they will come and talk to that person. The name of the person that I spoke with, is it's this person who said that she will come and speak on my behalf because there will.
Microphone.
She will come and speak on my behalf because Rebuild Florida is helping me. So they came and they saw the property. They already said that they will help. So I'm just waiting for them to help. And this is a text they sent me today at 2 o'clock today.
All right,
You want to see it, Mr. Perez?
We'll take your word for it.
let's do this. Let's reset. I'm going to reset it for, let's come back next month and let's see where we are in the process.
Okay, because she did said she will come in 2 days this week, maybe Friday.
Okay.
To speak with and ask for an extension because they're really going to help me.
Okay, that's good. We'll reset it 30 days and then you can tell us where we are in the process. And if we need additional time,
yes,
we'll give you the time. Just obviously from the special magistrate here, you can remind us and stay in touch with the code enforcement officer.
Actually, my daughter spoke with Mr. Perez last Friday, and she did explain to you everything because we've been in the process since a year ago, fighting the insurance company, hired a lawyer, nothing happened. So I came to the city for the order program they had. They said that I wasn't qualified for it because I made like $40,000 a year or something, but $40,000 is not $57,000 that I can pay. So they denied my claim. They did not even take my application. So the same people here, they had the meeting in here. So the same people here referred me to another program. So right now the other program is willing to help.
Okay. All right. Best of luck to you. We'll see you in a month.
And
Thank you.
All right.
We're going to table both cases, correct?
Oh, she has two?
Yes.
You only called one. Oh, 72 and 73. Yes, let's table both so that they can travel. The two cases
Yes, because I
travel
can't pay
together.
until I do all the repairs. Yes, thank you. And my daughter spoke to you last Friday. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, guys.
The next item is item 49, Merlan Jerome. Karen Jean Lewis is the officer in the case number CEWWC 2018-00122, item 49.
Good evening. Please state your full name and relationship to the property.
Hi, name is Melinda Jerome. I'm the property owner.
All right.
Good evening, Co-Compliance Officer Karen Jean Lewis. This property was cited on August 21st for a window that appeared to be in disrepair. As of January 9th, when I went to the property, I didn't see much change.
Okay. The window wasn't broken. It was just that it was cracked. So the tenant that was living there, they took a blue tape and they just cover it. If you did an inspection in August, I didn't receive any paper until January.
The notices are posted to the property and mailed certified.
I didn't receive anything until January 7th. And then a week later, I did receive a certified letter saying that I needed to come here. But the window has been repaired.
By chance, do you have any pictures? Can we move to dismiss it? The window has been fixed.
All right. Dismissed. Thank you, ma'am.
The next item is item number 5, Antoinette Etienne. Karen Jean Lewis is the officer. The case number is CEG MP 2018-00117. Item number 5.
Good evening, ma'am. Please state your full name and relationship to the property.
Yeah, I am Antoinette Etienne, live on address 700 North East 138th Street.
You said 158?
138,
Okay.
138.
Thank you, ma'am.
North East.
Got it. Thank you.
Karen Jean Lewis, City of North Miami Co-Compliance Officer. Your Magistrate, I'm not too sure if you recall this case when we were here back in December.
Nope.
Okay. Back in December, we met with Ms. ATN in reference to pressure cleaning and painting her property.
She looks familiar, but I don't remember the case.
Yes, and you tabled it until February 6th, and a lady in the audience advised that she would assist her in painting the property for her because she didn't have the funds to do it.
Okay.
No, it wasn't time. I didn't have, it wasn't that time.
Mrs. Marie Semper, probably pronouncing it wrong, but she reached out to Mrs. ATN on multiple times, and they haven't been able to come to any conclusion because Miss ATN has not answered. The last response she got was that she needed to speak to her children, and that was that. As far as selecting a paint color, because the lady did volunteer to
She
buy the
sure
paint
did. Now
and
that
paint
you've
it.
said it,
Yep.
I'm not happy at all. What's going on?
What happened? She came, it was from here we made the arrangement. So she did call me, and then we made the arrangement. With the intention she was going to paint, she was providing the paint. But she told me, no, she does not provide the paint. And then she could not, and when she told me that, no, that got me more stranded because I had just from paying, just from paying my tax, which took swipe off all my money. So I tell her I was trying to get my children if they could help. But unfortunately, I have.
Give me 1 second. Are you related to this case?
Oh, she's
Oh,
Marie
she is?
Semper, who agreed to.
Okay, come
Yes.
forward.
I thought you were not there.
Okay. Stay right there. All right.
Hello, everybody.
How are you?
Hi. I'm okay.
All right. I know that you had graciously offered your services and to Miss Jen at the last hearing. I know that you informed her that you would help paint the property. Please explain to us what happened.
All right. After 2 or 3 weeks when we left here, right, I went back to her house. I visited her house. I think the daughter was there at that time, the daughter that lived with her and the granddaughter, because they're the one that came to the door. And I visited the place. I tell her, I will paint the house, but you will provide the paint. When I see that the daughter, the granddaughter was living there, I thought she was alone, Your Honor.
Right.
Okay, that's where the story changed a little bit.
Right.
I tell her, well, you could talk to your children as
Yeah.
far as getting the paint, but I'll pressure clean.
Yes.
I will paint. I
Right.
will bring a group with me to do it.
Yes.
That's what I said.
That's very generous.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
But if she was living alone, I would get the paint and do everything.
Understood. But
Yes,
she has a grown daughter living there.
Yes, and
Okay.
the son. I don't know if the son lives there because when I spoke to the daughter and explained everything, she says, don't worry, I'll talk to my mom. Then she came out. The next thing Mommy had said, Mrs. Antoinette said to me, was that I have to talk to my son. He said he was going to call you. I went back a third time. So now when I didn't hear from them, I called her almost the end of January, texted her,
Right.
and said, please let me know. That's why I wrote this note. Could you give this to the judge, please? Because I always want to keep my promises.
She did call me several times. She called me about 4 or 5 times.
Well, I went to her
But
house
I told
also.
her I am unable to help. I'm trying to see if I can get some help.
Does your son work?
Well, my son, he's married and he has kids, so he's just giving me a helping hand.
Okay, does your daughter work?
Yes, my daughter works.
So she's living in your house, correct?
Yes, yes.
So you have a grown daughter living in your property. You
She
have a
helps, she
son.
helps.
Okay, and you're expecting this woman who has basically graciously offered to you that she will paint your house, she will bring her people to your property and pressure clean it while you have a grown
No,
daughter
I-
living in your house and you have an adult son. So
My
you
son
expected
doesn't
that
live
she
with
was
me,
going
no,
to
no.
produce
I
the paint as well?
misunderstood. I'm sorry, I misunderstood. It's when she explained to me, I realized she does not provide, but that's how I had took it, that she would paint for me. And I did not know that I had to provide the paint, but I don't have the money now. My daughter is really helping me. I'm not going to say she's not helping me. I'm not going to stand up there and tell a lie, but I cannot come up with the pressure clean, because that's why I had tried here on 2 occasions. I've tried here on 2 occasions to get help. And you told me that you will see about it to me. And then when I see nothing is not coming and the time is close by, so I called a gentleman, asked him if he could start doing the pressure hosing for me, because he told me, yes, he will do it, but I still have to provide the body, because he's not going to work for me for nothing. She's not going to paint for me for nothing, because I did not understand.
She volunteered her time.
I did not know it was the time she was talking about, because when she told me that, I was surprised. Definitely, I was surprised.
Okay, I'm going to make it easier for you. Miss Marie?
Yes.
Thank you.
You're quite welcome.
We appreciate you.
And I still have to
I am
consult.
sure that there are elderlies
Yes.
in this community who would die to have somebody come to their home and offer to paint and pressure clean because they really need it. They don't have grown adult children.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Living at home.
Yes.
And for you to volunteer your time, because
Yeah,
time
good
is
for 'em.
precious, you can never get that back. Correct?
You're right.
Money comes and goes, not
Yes,
time.
exactly.
Right?
Yes, ma'am.
So thank you for that.
You're
I
welcome.
hope
Also,
that
in terms of
I
because-
probably should take your information.
Yes.
Because we do have elderlies who come here all the time and they really
I
they
have
can't
no
afford it.
problem. Once they live by themselves, I will do it that way. And if they don't want the most expensive paint also.
Correct.
That's the problem.
So, are you with a company, or do you have an agency, or
no,
are
no,
you
no,
just
no,
doing
no,
this?
no, no. I'm just doing this. I volunteer to
Oh
do
my
it.
God.
That's it. Yes.
That's
I
awesome.
still have to thank her because
That's awesome.
she did try.
But as far as this
With all
court
my
is
heart.
concerned, you are released from this contract.
Thank you, Your
Okay?
Honor.
Yes.
Yes.
You're released. You don't have to follow up anymore. It's not your problem anymore.
Okay.
Okay, so I
Yes, ma'am.
appreciate your time. Thank you for coming here tonight.
Yes.
Miss Karen is probably going to take your number.
Yes, I'll give her
Obviously, we're not going
everything.
to abuse it because
That's
we
okay.
appreciate it, and especially if you're doing this out of the goodness of your heart, you're not getting help. You know, nobody's giving money into some
No.
nonprofit organization. This is all
No.
you.
Yes.
That you have volunteered your time.
Yes.
And I wish we had like 2 more people like you, because I know that
I'm
there
trying
are
to clone
really-
myself, so you will have to.
I need to clone myself too for my 2 boys.
All right.
So, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thanks
Listen,
for your
I still
time.
have to thank you because you did try. I'm not going to say try, but I misunderstood that you were not providing the pay.
All right. I find that the violation does exist. I find in favor of the city, enter an adjudication. Ma'am, you have until February 27th to resolve
Maybe
the
I'll get
violation.
help- maybe I'll get
Should
help
the
by that
violation
time.
not be resolved by the abatement date, there will be a daily fine amount of $300.
Madam,
Good luck to you.
I'm very thankful for that. But
Good luck to you.
and with the
Next
extension
case.
of time, but I could not do it. I'm not going to stand up.
Next
like
case.
The next case is item number 10, Camus Paul Jr. Karen Jean Lewis is the officer, and the case number is CEGMP 2018-00391, item number 10. whoever signed in.
Good evening.
Good evening. Please state your full name for the record and your relationship to the property.
My name is Como Paul Jr., and my address 775 Northwest 133rd Street.
All
I'm
right.
the owner.
Good evening, City of North Miami Co-Compliance Officer Karen Jean Lewis. On November the 6th, 2018, this property was cited to pressure clean and paint the fascia board and awnings and the front wall by the reinspection date. And as of January 9th, when I last visited the property still remains in the same condition, and this is the first time that I'm seeing or hearing of Mr. Paul Jr.
Mr. Paul?
Yes. Yes, she's correct. I need the paint. It's house is peeling. I'm having some financial difficulties right now. I wanted to do it last week. It was raining, and then 2 weeks ago, it was the weather. Dropped down to 50. So, but I need another week. I have paychecks coming in this week, so I could do it myself. My neighbor has a pressure cleaner, and then I'll just paint it myself.
Okay. All right, I'm giving you 30 days. Well, not 30 days. February 27th.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll do it.
All right. Intern adjudication. Please get it done. Otherwise, I expect to see you back here on March 6th.
No, you won't see me.
Okay. So once it's done, call the code enforcement officer so she can come and basically determine that whether or not you are in compliance, and she can take it off calendar. If not, March 6th, adjudication, daily fine, $150. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
I know, like I look like a sir today.
No, ma'am.
The next item is item 31, Jasmine Jennings. Ernest Baptiste is the officer in the case number CERCV 2018-00029.
Item number
31.
Okay. Good evening. Please state your full name and relationship to the property.
Good evening. My name is Charles Judkins, and I'm the renter of the property.
Ernest Baptiste, City of Miami Code Enforcement Officer. Case that was open for a boat that is parked on the property. Case was opened back on March 13, 2018. Case was adjudicated already, and property was posted on January 28, 2019. Picture was taken the same day.
All right, sir.
So I initially had the boat in storage, and during Hurricane Irma, the storage facility became damaged, and so I had to remove the boat. And so it was back on the property, and when I spoke to one of the officers, they said all I had to do was move it on, because it was in the front of the house, because it's a circular driveway, was put it on the sides. And I know originally, before I had done that I was found guilty, and I paid the fine, and then I got the notice in which I had called to ask Mr. Baptiste for a continuance, because I knew I was not going to be here. I was out of town, and so I got confused. I guess it's my fault, because I got the notice to appear today, but I had also got, I guess, the notice that I was found guilty already. So I was like, wait, how
does it work?
Yeah, considering I had gotten the notice to appear before I had gotten this. So in the process, I have the application and getting the
variance.
The variance
Okay.
done. So I'm asking just for a little more time to get it all taken care of.
Okay. All right, I'll give you 60 days.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. There.
The next item is item 18. Dubonel Sant Serin. Karen Jean Lewis is the officer. The case number CEEXP 2018-00219, item number 18.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Please state your full name and relationship to the property.
My name is Dubionel Sansoen, and
Okay.
I own the property.
Okay.
Good evening, Co-Compliance Officer Karen Jean Lewis. This property was cited to pressure clean and paint the fascia board. The last time that I was at the property on January 9th, I spoke to Mr. St. Cyrin's son. And on previous occasions, I spoke to him and he said he would relay the message to his dad to fix the fascia board, but nothing has been done.
Okay.
Your Honor, I have several properties. I sent a gentleman to fix this particular property, 910 Northwest 123 Street. He went to the wrong one. However, when I realized that, I told him, hey, go back. That's not the, I send you to the 910 Northwest 123 Street. He did go there. He fixed the front. And of course, he painted the front also. But there is the canopy, the canopy next to the house. That's the only one he has not fixed yet.
Do you have any pictures?
No, that's not the picture. Oh Lord, you should have told me that. Where? Okay, show it. It was on last week.
This was done last week?
That's true. I don't want you to be in trouble. I did call, nobody pick up.
We can go ahead and dismiss it. It's been repaired.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
All right, guys. Good
All right.
luck to you.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
The next item is item 11, Claudinette Laurent. Jose Perez is the officer, and the case number is CESOD 2018-00024, item number 11.
Good evening, ma'am. Please state your full name and relationship to the property.
Lydia Lowen, property owner,
Address.
1025 Northwest 126th Street.
What is this part?
This case is 130 Northeast 128th Street.
Because I see two people came forward. Sir,
Yeah.
are you 130 Northeast?
This is the correct.
Okay, you same last name.
I was wondering.
Please state. That's where I always ask people. I don't just rely on the names. I ask for, address. So go ahead, sir.
All right, good evening. My name is Claudinette Laurent, owner
Okay.
of the property.
Okay. And this is the 130 Northeast 128th Street, right?
Correct.
Got it.
City of North Miami Code Enforcement Officer Perez, we're hearing the case in reference to the property at 130 Northeast 128th Street. This is in reference to the sod, the swell area in front of the property that needs to be resodded. In other words, the violation was opened back up in October. Several notices have been given, and it has not been done. He did go up to me right before the magistrate cases began, and he did ask me for an extension. The city would like to have an adjudication, but give him the time for him to repair the violation. Here are some photographs.
Mm-hmm. Just the swell area?
Correct.
Okay. You understand the violation, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'm gonna give you 60 days. Is
Thank
that
you.
enough for you?
Thank you.
All right, so I will enter an adjudication. I find that the violation does exist. I will give you 60 days. That brings us to April 3rd, right?
March.
Yes, March 27th.
March
Year.
27th is the abatement date.
Correct.
That's the date that you have to have completed the work.
Okay.
If you've done the work, contact the enforcement officer so that he can come, investigate, make sure that you are in compliance, and then he can take it off calendar. If not, then I expect to see you back here on April 3rd.
All right.
Okay?
Okay.
Adjudication, 60 days, daily fine amount, if the job is not done, will be $150.
All right.
Thank you, sir. Best of luck
Thank
to
you.
you.
Thank you very much.
Photos.
The next item is item 59, Roshanette Scene. Karen Jean Lewis is the officer. The case number CEWWC 2018-00032, item 59.
Good evening, sir. Please state your full name and relationship to the property.
Monsieur, sorry. Monsieur Washington, Monsieur Mwastikala, Monsieur Onea.
I purchased the house and I'm the owner.
Okay.
Good evening, Co-Compliance Officer Karen Jean Lewis. This property was cited to repair the roof. They had a blue tarp on the roof. The last time we were here, December 6th, you tabled it to see where he would be in the process as far as repairing the roof.
Okay. All right.
On y a un chèque là, mais je vois le mortgage compagnie, pour retourner.
I received the check, but the check was sent to the mortgage company, and the mortgage company hasn't sent me back that check.
Okay.
Mais proof là.
This is the proof.
Okay. All right, so I'll enter an adjudication.
Okay.
I will give you 60 days. Okay, hopefully by then you would have a brand new roof. If not, I will see you back here on April 3rd. Okay? If you need more time, then we'll address it on that day. But I expect that you're at least either have completed the work or at least in the process of getting it done. Okay? So enter an adjudication.
Yes.
Fine in favor of the city, 60 days. And I will have $500 daily fine amount.
I will have time to do it.
All right, sir. Good luck to you.
Next item is item 50, Myrna Jean. Jose Perez is the officer in the case number CESOD 2018-00026, item 50.
Good evening.
Good evening. Your full name and relationship to the property?
Myrna Jean, property owner, and the co-owner, my husband.
Okay. Who's my okay.
Jose.
My apologies. City of North Miami Code Enforcement Officer Perez. Today we're hearing the case in reference to the property located at 12655 Northeast First Court. This is in reference to the sod in front of the swell area that needs to be repaired or resodded. This has been damaged due to excessive parking, I guess. I have several photographs, or 2 photographs of the violation itself.
on this side by the
That's the
street.
city problem. That's not our problem. That's not the city. That's city. And they do it in 10th Avenue West. They should fix it. I don't know why.
So the swell area, although it belongs to the city, it is responsibility of the property owner adjacent to the swell area to keep up with the maintenance of that. So you are responsible for the sodding of it, the grass. In case it were to overgrow, you need to make sure you cut it. In case someone dumps trash on it, you need to be responsible for that area. So although the city does own it, it is responsibility of the abutting property owner.
We look at the west side between 8th Avenue to go all the way to 15. The way they fixed it, they put some pavement in it on the side where you would request to fix. Why they have double standard? Because they fix that side so nicely, and our side, even we try to put grass in it, it's not going to solve any problem. That's a big problem. The city have to deal with it because it's when wind coming, you get a mud there, thing just.
Yeah, so unfortunately, I can't speak on behalf of another department of what they do for other portions of the city. At this moment, we're hearing the case in reference to the swell area in front of your property.
Look like double standard because I don't see no different because whatever you want to do, you're not going to solve any problem except you want to put grass, we could buy grass, we put in it, but that won't fix anything.
Okay, well, may I suggest when you get the job done, take photos and call the code enforcement officer so he can come and inspect it. And if you're continue to have issues, if you're saying that there are, you know, other cars, the neighbors are parking there and that's what's causing the swell area to look so bare because,
right.
you know,
Exactly,
all the grass is gone because of the excessive parking.
We really live in a corner. We got big corner
lot.
So anybody
So
could just park.
come and park there.
Exactly. That's
And
big
unfortunately, the way that, you know, the city's code is, it's your responsibility. So just document, take photos, and can they go to building department? Who can-
In the past, the building department has given permits for gravel to be installed in the swell areas.
Mhm.
I'm not sure if they're doing that anymore.
They're doing it now? Okay.
They
And
have.
y-
Like
you
I
know,
said, I
you-
can't speak on behalf of another department.
Right. You said that they paved the area?
If you go to the next side, so beautiful.
If
Looks
they're-
nice.
Okay, you
Why
probably
us-
need to
why-
inquire. You probably need to inquire as to what if they have any plans to do the same thing, you know,
Oh, I
in your
look at it, it look
area.
beautiful, looks so nice.
Yeah, if it looks good and you know it's working for your neighbor, ask them whether or not, you know, that's the plan for your section.
I feel jealous because it's so nice and outside look crazy.
And if I may, I'm aware your property is a corner property. The side, the northeast side of the property, the grass in the swell area is fine there. It's just the piece that's right in front of your property. That's the part where it's all like dried up and it's dirt now.
Probably
That's
excessive
what-
parking.
Yeah.
So
So
you
that's
think-
just the only part that needs to be addressed, not
We
the
don't-
whole thing, just that piece where
We think
there's no
we
grass.
Get some gravel put in it, or because I know
I
it's-
can't
We don't
speak-
know whether or not that's
I
what he
can't speak on
says.
behalf
He
of
says
another
that they
department.
used to allow that before, but for now, he's not sure that they will allow you to put gravel. So you can go and you can inquire as to, you know, whether or not gravel or
Yeah.
sod, and, you know, you can see which one fits your budget and which one will probably last longer. And while you're there, you can inquire and say, well, why is it that down the block, you know, my witness, I was gonna say my witness. My neighbor has, what
Pavement.
is it? Pavement, and
Yeah.
ours are not paved.
Okay.
You know, ask them and see what happens. So,
Let's look nice. All right, thank you.
So
What-
we could
what do we
add
do?
gravel or grass, anything we want.
I don't know.
Grass wouldn't be.
That's what we're saying.
Is
You
it
need
city
to
park?
go and inquire. You understand? Because you don't want to spend the money and put gravel, and then he comes back and say, nope,
So who do
it's
we
not
need to
allowed.
ask? Who do we need to ask?
Go to the building department.
So you would go to the building department, particularly I think it's with CP&D. Would they be the ones? Yeah,
Mhm.
community planning and
See,
development.
not the whole thing, just the part with sink, so just fill it up a little bit, so that's what you request, huh?
It needs to be with grass. Essentially, it can't just be dirt. So the part in front of the property that's all dirt, that needs to be removed, and that needs to be either grass. I can't tell you what to do. You could go
I
and
got
seek with them.
All right. So we ready to squeeze out, no problem.
Okay.
Next time, just stop by there, so you.
Oh, I didn't make a ruling. I'm sorry. Okay, adjudication. Actually, I'm giving them 30 days. Go talk to the building department and see what they want you to do.
Yeah, probably, maybe that's what.
I'm tabling your case for 30 days.
All right.
Okay?
Okay,
So when you come
thanks.
back here on March 6th, I want to hear that you've either talked to someone from the building department. What is it, CP&D? That's what we said?
Convenient. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then we'll see where we go from there, and then I'll make a ruling at that point. All right. Good luck to you.
The next case is item 30, Janine Williams. Karen Jean Lewis is the officer in the case number CEEXP 2018-00228, item number 30.
Anyone here? Okay. Take your time, him. Good evening.
Good evening.
Please state your full name and relationship to the property.
Janie Williams.
All right.
Homeowner.
Good evening, Karen Jean Lewis, City of North Miami Co-Compliance Officer. This property was originally cited August 21st, 2018 to pressure clean and paint the fascia boards and also the chip paint on the front wall. I did make contact with Mrs. Williams back in August 27th, and she asked for an extension for more time. I gave her more time, and per my manager, we're not allowed to give more than 30 days, and I had to fill it for the hearing. Last time that I was at the property, the violation still remains.
Photos?
Yes.
That shows it? Oh, yeah. No, I did that, Saturday and Sunday.
Dismiss.
All right. Best of luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you.
The next item is item 57, Radia Laurent. Karen Jean Lewis is the officer. The case number is CEBUS 2018-00009, item number 57.
Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Please state your full name for the record.
Lydia Laurent,
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Laura.
property owner.
Good evening, Co-Compliance Officer Karen Jean Lewis. This property was cited August 29, 2018 because they had a gray Premier l'Église de Dieu des Elis church bus parked on the property. And per the city ordinance, church buses and school buses are not allowed to be parked in a residential area unless said bus is on the actual church property or school property in a residential area. And this church is nowhere near city limits. And as of January 9th, 2019, when this was hand-delivered, the notice to appear was hand-delivered to Vinji Joseph, the bus was still on the property.
All right. Ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you understand the violation?
Yes.
Okay, what's going on with the church bus?
The officer talking about with August. I never have any issue. I never receive any paper. I didn't even know if something was cited to the house until that day in January, I think. When my daughter see her, I heard them talking, and then that's when I realized it was about the bus. The reason for the bus being parked at my house is because I'm the one that dropped the bus. The bus used to be parked at the church. And then the fact that we just moved at 116 7th Avenue, since then they keep on breaking the car. And sometime when church released at 10:30, by the time for me to drop everybody off and then come back to park the car, I'm kind of in fear. So that's the reason I drive it home. So that's what happened.
Okay, but you do understand that it cannot stay there.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll figure out somehow.
Yeah, can't
Yes.
stay there. So residential area, you cannot have, you know,
Okay.
the bus, church, school, etc. All right, so I find in favor of the city enter an adjudication. Property owner has until February 27th by which to resolve the violation. Should the violation not be resolved by the abatement date, there will be a daily fine amount of $150. Good luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you.
The next item is item 61, Rosa Maria Romero. Karen Jean Lewis is the officer. The case number is CEWWC 2018-00016. Item number 61.
Who's my officer? Oh,
Karen.
might as well bring all your files up here. Good evening. Please state your full name and relationship to the property.
Carolina Valenzano, partial owner.
Miss Marie, you're still here?
Yes.
You have a case?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Can I come? I didn't want to disturb.
You didn't sign in.
Yes, I'm sitting in this bag.
Good evening, Co-Compliance Officer Karen Jean Lewis. This property was cited back April 23rd, 2018 due to deteriorated fascia board throughout the front part of the property. The last time we were here, you gave them an extension until the 6th of today to see where they were at in the process, because I believe, what's your name again? I'm sorry. Carolina, yes. She was here last time and she stated that they were in the process of getting the work done. They had the contractors, the permit, but due to the weather, they weren't able to start. And we were supposed to see where they were at in the process today.
Okay. All right.
All right, all the permits were acquired and the roof is done. So I can have the pictures and I have all the permits and the payments and so forth. Okay.
Show them to
Thank
her.
In the middle of everything.
And you didn't sign in?
I have the permits also. I don't know if
No permits are fine, yeah.
Okay.
Complied.
Wonderful. All right. Good luck to you guys.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a good night.
The next item is item 48, Max R. Joseph Trust. Karen Jean Lewis is the officer. The case number is CEROS 2018-00002, item 48.
Good evening, sir. Please state your full name and relationship to the property.
Max Warbert, and I'm one of the trustees.
All right.
Pilar, what's the name again?
Max R. Joseph, M-A-X.
Good evening, Co-Compliance Officer Karen Jean Lewis. This property was cited on August 31st, 2018 in reference to a piece of plywood that was on the front window of the storefront. per the city ordinance, businesses have 30 days once they put up plywood to remove it. I did make contact with Mr. Joseph here, and he advised that a vehicle got into a car accident and took out a couple trees, poles, and damaged the storefront. And he was supposed to be working on it. That was the last I heard from him, and we are here today. Last I checked on the 8th, it still had the plywood on the window. The 8th of January.
Okay, what's going
Yes,
on?
Your Honor, where since I guess the last time I spoke to her, I make it clear to her that the gentleman that was driving the car did hit like 9 or 10 different properties in the area.
Oh, wow.
So according to Whenever Insurance, they have to wait for all the property owners to send them proper proposal or whatever to respond to them. Pretty much they send letter out, one to me. Myself, I was able to contact them the same day. So I have my proposal to them since 3 days after. So I'm still waiting. And beside that, I contacted my own insurance, which is McNeil Group. They're working on it. The last time they were there, it's 2 weeks ago. They sent their engineer to evaluate the property to see if there's no structural damage. So I'm still waiting on both of them. Until then, I cannot do anything. If they don't, pretty much I'm waiting on them to do something. But I'm pretty sure my own, the entrance for the building might come through before Whenever. So I'm still hoping that they can get that done. So I guess I need probably 90 days to see if something can get done. If not, myself, I'll come up with my own money and fix it. I'm willing to fix it, but I don't want to fix it and jeopardize my claim. Because if I fix it, they send their people out, they might figure out they don't want to pay me. And it's a commercial building. So
I understand.
yeah.
I want you 90 days now. Let's come back in 60 days and see where we are.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
The next case is item 46, Marie Semper. John Dorville is the officer. The case number CEWWC 2018-00018.
Forgot you were here. First time tonight they call your case, Mr. Dorville.
Uh-oh.
Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening. I'm sorry, Miss Marie, can you state your full name and relationship to the property for your record?
Okay, Marie Semper. I'm the owner.
Okay, what was this the
1585 Northeast 124th Street.
What's the number?
46.
46, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
John Dorville, City of North Miami Code Compliance Office. This is in reference to the property, which is once again stated 1585 Northeast 124th Street. It's in reference to the weather tight and right conditions. Obviously, she has a blue tarp on the property. There are photos. The property actually has, this is not the best photo, admittedly. However, it does show, mostly it's the the tree, but she has a blue tarp, and basically she has two individual buildings on the property. Both properties have blue tarping. One of the properties has a jumble, which is just basically, it's not even fitting tight on the property on the top. This has been going on. This was originally cited in May of 2018. Just want to go ahead and let her see.
You're right.
Yeah, that's right. Not the best photo, I'm sorry about that, but you can see the blue tarp. There was an adjudication made on January the 30th, 2019, with a cost assessment. She has been in contact with the city. She's been working with us. She's saying, well, obviously she's going to say her part of it, but she has been in contact with the city.
Okay. Go ahead, Miss Murray.
Yes, Your Honor. What I'm trying to do is now get it done by myself because Wells Fargo is playing a game. The insurance company sent the check since September. Oh, I'm sorry, December 18, 2017. Yes, ma'am. Okay? Now they are playing their games. They want me to sign something which will be very fraudulent for me to sign with somebody else's name on the paper. I refuse. So now they figured if it's $39,000, I'm gonna jump for the money and just sign without looking what I'm signing. I'm not doing that because their lawyer is telling me it's okay, nothing will happen. I said no, something will happen. You're trying to make me commit fraud. I will not do it. So this is where I stand. I'm still fighting with them, but at this point, I'm not gonna say, all right, I'll wait till Wells Fargo. If it's 2 years from now, I'm trying my best to do it myself because it's a tile roof. It's expensive because we have damages to even the trusses. It's over $25,000, but for the roof itself, it's $24,000, and the rest of it, it's kind of $17,000. So I'm putting the money together. I'll start saving for that. That's why I'm bringing you the savings so you could see that what I'm doing. That's where I stand with this. If you could give me some time, because the last time I spoke to their lawyer actually was, January, middle of January, and she's still trying to make me sign that paper, which I refuse. I will not sign it. So I'm talking to a lawyer now to see what could be done. But in the meantime, I'm putting money together. And also, they referred me to that Florida, whatever. You have one of the homeowner that mentioned that name. I wrote it on a piece of paper. Someone tell me try, because there is more damages on the inside. So I'm going to try that. But in the meantime, I'm putting money together. I don't know if you want to see it.
That's all right.
Okay.
60 days.
Please. Thank you.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Stay in
and
touch
also,
with
I'm
Mr.
going to give
Deauville.
my information, like you said, to the officers
Okay.
for that volunteering part, because I love to do it.
That's
if they
awesome.
live by themselves and
Yeah.
don't have 3 Lexuses. Okay.
I hear you.
Did you say okay to leave? No?
Yes, it is.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Stay in
Have a
touch with
blessed
Mr. Dorville and
Yes, I will.
let him know where you are.
I will.
Good luck to you.
Yes. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Okay. You wanna
There's a
read-
gentleman here.
He hasn't signed in. I don't know who he is.
Sir?
Yeah. Well, actually, the main reason I came, I was told my case was closed, but after all the stuff I went through before getting to that point, I figured since it was on the docket and I have no paperwork saying that it's closed, I would appear just in case I was called.
Okay.
My property actually appears on the docket, on the list, on the agenda there.
Okay.
Henry, it says Mara Alcantara Henry and Stuart Henry.
You said Mara?
Yeah, I was told, like I said, I was told it was closed, but I got emails I got email addresses, I tried it and it came back. I tried the one off the website,
That's
it came back.
841 Northeast 122 Street?
Right.
It is complied, sir.
Okay, good,
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Thank you to my interpreters. They can leave. Thank you. Pleasure to meet you.
Good to meet you too.
All right.
This might as well have been the Karen Jean Lewis Special Magistrate hearing.
I know. This was all you today.
And the next case is yours, too.
Yep. A whole lot.
And Jose had a couple.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying it was Karen's show today. I mean, every last case was. Mr. Dorville made one appearance
Just one.
in 2 hours.
So the next case is item 17, Delcia Manzano. Karen Jean Lewis is the officer. Case number CEPFY 2018-00628.
Good evening, Co-Compliance Officer Karen Jean Lewis. This property was cited September 5th, 2018 for parking on the front lawn. The notice to appear was posted. Affidavit of service is on file, and as of January 9th, there's still parking vehicles on the front lawn. And I drove by on the 27th of January, and still the same thing. And I even wrote the violation in Spanish. English and Spanish, just to make sure they understood, and still parking on the front lawn. And here's the picture that I have. Hold on.
Okay. Based on the unrebutted testimony of the code enforcement officer and the evidence presented, I find that the violation does exist. I also find good notice, given proper notice, the owner has failed to appear, hereby find in favor of the city, enter an adjudication. Owners have until February 27th, by which to resolve the violation. Should the violation not be resolved by the abatement date, there will be a daily fine amount of $100.
The next item is 19, Edwin Torres. Karen Jean Lewis is the officer. The case number CGMP 2018-00126, item 19.
Good evening, Co-Compliance Officer Karen Jean Lewis. This property was cited for the roof. They have a blue tarp on the roof. It was found guilty on December 6th with a fine set at $500. And as of January 10th, 2019, when I posted a notice to appear, the tarp was still there. No contact from the homeowner. I was trying to see if I had a more recent photo. Sorry.
When were you there last?
January 10th.
I still had the tarp?
Yes.
And no one has contacted you to tell you
Nope.
otherwise?
Nope.
All right. Based on the unrebutted testimony of the code enforcement officer and the evidence presented, I find that the violation still exists. Hereby find. I also find good notice, given proper notice, the owners have failed to appear. The daily fine amount of $100 is hereby, $500. Daily fine amount of $500 is hereby ratified.
The next item is item 21, Ernst Felix. Karen Jean Lewis is the officer. Case number CEBUS 2018-00008, item 21.
Good evening, Co-Compliance Officer Karen Jean Lewis. This property was originally cited August 29, 2018, in a reference to a white church bus that is parked on the property. Notice to appear was posted on January the 8th, 2019. AOS is on file. And as of the last day that I drove by the property, which was the 9th, there's been no contact from either Josiane Felix or Ernst Felix in reference to the bus on the property. Hold on one second.
This is the type of armor I should get my kids. They can't break this. Okay. Do I need to, this is?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
It's parked in the driveway.
Yeah, all right. And it says church bus. Okay. This is really good. Based on the unrebutted testimony of the code enforcement officer and the evidence presented, I find in favor of the city. I also find good notice, given proper notice, the owners have failed to appear. Hereby find in favor of the city, enter an adjudication. Owners have until February 27th by which to resolve the violation. Should the violation not resolved by the abatement date, there will be a daily fine amount of $150.
The next item is item 22, Exalina Noel. Jose Perez is the officer. Case number CEGMP 2018-00263.
City of North Miami Code Enforcement Officer Perez. Today we're hearing the case on behalf of the property at 201 Northwest 124th Street. This is in reference to a deteriorating awning in the rear of the property. The property was previously adjudicated as of January 30th. There has been no abatement. Property was posted on January 16th, 2019 at 3:20 p.m. and it was also sent certified mail.
Do I have anything? No photos?
Oh, I mean, it was already adjudicated. But yeah, I do have photos.
Are they recent or old?
Oh, this one's from July.
Oh, when was the last time you went there, you said?
January 30th.
And same condition?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Based on the unrebutted testimony of the code enforcement officer, I feel that I find the violation still exists. I also find good notice, given proper notice, the owner has failed to appear. The daily fine amount of $150 is ratified.
The next item is 24, Frenue Simeon. Karen Jean Lewis is the officer, case CEWWC 2018-00120, item 24.
Good evening, Code Compliance Officer Karen Jean Lewis. This property was originally cited August 16, 2018, in reference to the blue tarp on the roof. As of January 9th, when the notice to appear was posted to the property, there has been no change. The blue tarp is still on the roof. No contact from the property owner. AOS is on file.
Based on the unrebutted testimony of the code enforcement officer and the evidence presented, I find in favor of the city. I also find good notice, given proper notice, the owners have failed to appear. I find that the violation does exist. Intern adjudication. Owners have until February 27th by which to resolve the violation. Should the violation not resolve by the abatement date, there will be a daily fine amount of $350.
The next case is item 29, Israel Roman. Karen Jean Lewis is the officer. The case number CEEXP 2018-00250, item 29.
Good evening, Code Compliance Officer Karen Jean Lewis. This property was originally cited September 11, 2018. Notice to appear was posted on January the 8th of 2019. And as of January the 8th, there has not been any change. However, I do not have any pictures. The last time I made contact with the tenant that's staying there, Jose Perez, Code Officer Jose Perez was the one that translated, because Israel Roman is out of the state. He currently lives in Georgia, and the tenant was supposed to relay the message to have the property pressure cleaned and painted, but there has been no change.
And when was the last time you were there?
January the 9th.
Okay. Based on the unrebutted testimony of the code enforcement officer and the evidence presented, I find that the violation does exist. I also find good notice, given proper notice, the owners have failed to appear. Hereby find in favor of the city. Intern adjudication. Owners have until February 27th by which to resolve the violation. Should the violation not resolve by the abatement date, there will be a daily fine amount of $500.
The next item is item 32, Jean Lemarin. Karen Jean Lewis is the officer. The case number CEGMP 2018-00123, item 32.
Good evening, Code Compliance Officer Karen Jean Lewis. This property was originally cited on April 16, 2018, in reference to a blue tarp on the roof. Notice to appear was posted on January the 9th, 2019. I see here that they were found guilty on the 7th of December of 2018 with the fine set at $500. And they had until the 30th of January to abate the violation. No contact from Jean Lemarin.
Based on the unrebutted testimony of the code enforcement officer and the evidence presented, I find that the violations still exist. I also find good notice, given proper notice, the owner has failed to appear, hereby find in favor of the city. The daily fine amount of $500 is hereby ratified.
The next two items are 33 and 34 for Jean M. Berry. Karen Lewis is the officer. Case number CEFAW 2018-00274 and CEGMS 2018-00050.
Good evening, Code Compliance Officer Karen Jean Lewis. This property was originally cited on August 21st, 2018 for the maintenance of their shed in the rear that had dirt accumulation and strip paint. They were cited to pressure clean and paint it, pressure clean and or paint. And for the fence, which also had dirt and rust accumulated, I did notice that when I went to go post the notice to appear on January the 9th that they started to paint the fence. However, they didn't finish. There's been no contact from the property owner or the tenant. The affidavit of service is on file.
So they started, because it's
the gray that you
two
see.
colors. There's
Yes,
gray on
the
top.
gray is
and
what they started to paint, but nothing else. And the rest of it is all chipped and green. And
Okay. All right, they started, huh? And then the shed. Got it. Based on the unrebutted testimony of the code enforcement officer and the evidence presented, I find that the violation does exist. Also find in favor of the city. I find good notice, given proper notice, the owner has failed to appear. Owner has until February 27th by which to resolve the violation. If the violation is not resolved by the abatement date, that will be a daily fine amount of $150, and that's in each case.
The next item is item number 40, Kingdom Holdings. John Dorville is the officer. Case number CENBR 2018-00118, item number 40.
Good evening, John Dorval with the City of North Miami Code Compliance Office. Referencing the property 490 Northeast 141st Street. They were cited for, which is a CENBR, which is the number on the property, is not, the house number on the property has not been placed. I have been in contact with the property owner about other issues on the property. However, they said they were going to address this issue. I have the pictures here. The property was posted on January the 8th, 2019. I have pictures. This property was originally cited on November the 19th of 2018. This property is abandoned. When I spoke to the property owners, they were talking about that they were in the process with the city and trying to get permits, I believe, to tear down the structure, but nothing has happened as of yet.
Based on the unrebutted testimony of the code enforcement officer and the evidence presented, I find that the violation does exist. I also find good notice, given proper notice, the owners have failed to appear, hereby find in favor of the city. Enter an adjudication. Owners have until February 27th by which to resolve the violation. If the violation is not resolved by the abatement date, that will be a daily fine amount. And just the house numbers, right?
Just the house number, please.
$50.
The next item is item number 51, N2 Jadel LLC. John Dorville is the officer, case number CERCV 2018-00234, item 51.
Good evening, John Doyle with the City of North Miami Code Compliance Office. This is in reference to property 14140 Northeast 9th Avenue. It was cited for RCV, which is basically a recreational vehicle on the property. They have a boat. The property was, affidavit of service was also on January the 8th, 2019. The original NOV was, the notice of violation was sent on November the 2nd. And up to this date, we do not have compliance. The boat is still on the property. I did speak with this is a rental property. I spoke with the occupant of the property. He's aware of the issue. I've had no contact with the property owners. However, I did speak to once again, I spoke with the renter. He stated that he was going to be in the process. I told him that simply getting a variance would stop this process and would allow the property owner time. But as of yet, I've heard nothing from the renter or the property owners. I have pictures.
Okay.
Much better picture than before.
All right. Based on the unrebutted testimony of the code enforcement officer and the evidence presented, I find that the violation does exist. Also find good notice, given proper notice, the owners have failed to appear. Hereby find in favor of the city, enter an adjudication. Owner has until February 27th by which to resolve the violation. If the violation is not resolved by the abatement date, there will be a daily fine amount of $250.
The next item is 55, Paulette Charles. Karen Jean Lewis is the officer in the case number CEWWC 2018-00012, item 55.
Good evening, Code Compliance Officer Karen Jean Lewis. This property was originally cited April 20th, 2018 for the blue tarp that was on the roof. The last time we were here back in December, you tabled this violation to give the property owner more time to get the roof repaired and to see where she was in the process. Since then, no contact from the property owner, and the roof is still the same way.
No good deed. Yep, no good deed goes unpunished. That's right. All right. Based on the unrebutted testimony of the code enforcement officer, I find the violation does exist. I also find good notice, given proper notice, the owner has failed to appear. Hereby find in favor of the city, enter an adjudication. Owner has until February 27th by which to resolve the violation. If the violation is not resolved by the abatement date, there will be a daily fine amount of $350.
The next item on the agenda is item 60, Ronell Pierre Lewis. Karen Jean Lewis is the officer in the case number CEFAW 2018-00270, item 60.
Good evening, Code Compliance Officer Karen Jean Lewis. This property was cited August 16, 2018 for the fence. The iron fence is discolored. It has chip paint. Notice to appear was posted on the property on January 9th. Affidavit of service is on file. And as of the last inspection on January 9th, the violation still remains. And I have pictures.
Based on the unrebutted testimony of the code enforcement officer and the evidence presented, I find that the violation does exist. I also find good notice, given proper notice, the owners have failed to appear. Hereby find in favor of the city and enter an adjudication. Owners have until February 27th by which to resolve the violation. If the violation is not resolved by the abatement date, there will be a daily fine amount of, it's just the iron fence, right? $150.
The next case is Sanuk Torikit. Wayne Clark is the officer. Case number CEMHA 2018-00011, item 63 on the agenda.
John Dorval, City of North Miami Code Compliance Office, on behalf of Officer Wayne Clark, this case is complied.
The next item on the agenda is item number 70. William Concepcion. Karen Jean Lewis is the officer in the case number CEOSV 2018-00091, item 70.
City of North Miami Code Compliance Officer Karen Jean Lewis. This violation is complied.
Those are all the items on the agenda.
Well, we're adjourned. You guys may leave, but I still have to sign these